41-pounder wrestling up 2 weight classes, and that's his second career fall. Now up to 165. This is a big matchup.
Yeah, Hunter Garvin, returning All-American, a guy last year at the tournament, 20 seed, who beat Cam Amin. Peyton Hall was a top 5 guy. You know, Nick Hamilton, the ACC champ, on his way to finish in 6th. Against Aidan Wallace, the Bergen Catholic product, wrestled for Coach Dom Santoli out of New Jersey, one of those Jersey tough guys, who's been a real difference maker in the lineup for Duke with his ability on top. This could be a fun matchup.
Wallace is 22-6 on the year, climbing his way up the Duke record books.
And he's been a little bit of, I don't want to necessarily say a surprise, but he's really come on, and his development was a lighter weight in high school. Kind of went up a few weight classes coming into college, really hit the weight room hard, considering his, body type and the way that he could carry the weight. You could still see him, going up in the future. And he's been really successful in finding positions that he can exploit, scoring back points and getting wins for this Duke team.
Garvin out of Iowa City, 15-6. He beat Derek Fields on Friday. He's hoping to wrap up the weekend 3-0.
Yeah, needed a takedown in the last 30 seconds of that match to end up winning. Garvin's a guy who typically comes out with a high attack rate. He's not afraid to mix it up at all. He'll put in throws. He'll roll across his own back. He is another guy who's willing to take positional risk to score.
The Fields-Garvin matchup almost went to overtime, too. After the takedown, there was an illegal hold whistle. They threw the challenge break, went back, reviewed it, and Garvin eventually escaped with the 6-5 decision.
That's got to be an odd feeling as well. Towards the end of the match, the brick comes out. You're a bit anxious about everything. Are we going to continue to wrestle here? What are the next steps in the match? You have that huge emotional dump of thinking, I just got the takedown to lock this up. It's a part of college wrestling now. It's a part of really sports. Good shot by Garvin. Wallace tries to sit the corner and go crotch lift. This is probably close to a stone. No, Garvin changes the position, catches that arm. Garvin's going to try and put him in danger here.
One swipe, no more.
This is where Wallace actually scored against Mac Church in a similar position in the Virginia Tech duel to win the match. Good scramble there from Wallace to prevent the score.
Wallace caught a forearm right across the face as time expired.
Wallace is a guy who a lot of his matches go to blood time. 22 wins on the season. If he were to get the upset win here, would move into 3rd place all time in the single season wins record at 165 for Duke.
Going to be tough to beat 32. Mike Mitchell with a couple legendary seasons in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Wallace would have to, win the ACCs essentially, or run through the backside and make a long run in the tournament to even get close. Guys aren't wrestling as many matches anymore that some of these guys 15, 20 years ago did. Wrestling 50 matches in a season.
Cool. Especially now with the travel requirements too, and the school. Man,
yeah,
could not imagine.
Yeah, especially with some of these mega conferences now, the way that you have to prepare, how much you're out of school for some of these Olympic sports. Really talking to Wallace about his starting position here and cautions. This is Wallace's best position. He's got to make the most of this. Garvin. Wallace is very good at catching these wrists. He goes lift. Garvin with the block. We may see a stall call. Go out of bounds, fresh restart. I think Wallace, with the couple lift attempts, bought himself some time there.
Good look at Hayden Hindley in Stanford colors.
Yeah, not too much different from those Wolfpack colors. And I think he has the potential to be a really excellent coach, the type of person he is, the way he cares about his athletes. You know, a guy who in college knew he wanted to be a coach, you know, and had that high potential to be an excellent one. Wallace is doing a nice job here. Oh, Garvin. We're going to see a stall call here. Wallace is just going to hang on to this leg.
Wallace kept that knee wrapped up. Still no score, 4 minutes in.
This is the loudest we've heard it in here, the most intensity during a match. These little positional battles so far in this one from the top position for Wallace and Garvin trying to work his escape. Oh, they're going to call a locked hands. We may need to see that one. Wallace is asking for the brick. And Lanham.
You can see that left hand.
That's close. The question is, with now kind of the use of, you know, reaction time and the definition of that. But assistant official notices it, technical violation. Now that makes this position even more important for Wallace, who has a stall call as well. Caught some.
Minute 20 of riding time for Aidan Wallace.
30 seconds left in this period. Really good shot from Garvin. Blown dead early. Wouldn't be surprised to see a quick shot here from Garvin. Oh. Really, that's a mental error from Wallace to give up a caution and give up a free point in a match like this when you've got riding moving into the third period.
Couple little moments of frustration for Wallace throughout the second. He wanted a challenge. Coach Lanham kept the brick in his pocket. The cautions as well.
Yeah, not much, you know, for a period essentially with just one escape where he builds up riding time. He's going to move into the third period now down 3-0. You know, and some of that is his own little mistakes, positional mistakes there. You see Garvin ranked 13th in the country, 5 ranked guys at 165 in the ACC. You know, Mac Church was actually upset this weekend by Jared Kessler from Pitt as well. So this is going to be another really competitive weight with a number of guys who could end up at the NCAA tournament.
Garvin's beaten Church, beaten Hamilton, beaten Kessler. Hoping to pick up another ranked win this morning.
And you'd suspect if Garvin wins this match that he'll be the 1 seed at the ACCs. And likely the favorite, considering he's an All-American. And they are starting to pick up the pace. Garvin's really looking for this misdirection from space. Comes up to the body. He is not afraid to throw. Ends up with the takedown after Wallace kind of comes over. A bit of a headlock attempt. And now Garvin's going to look for bonus points, I assume.
Team score-wise, Stanford's got everything locked up. Hunter Garvin hoping to prove a point and put himself clear atop the ACC at 165.
And another stall call. It's another point for Garvin. And now a takedown does give him the major decision. Wallace is going to need a feet to back here in the last 10 seconds to try to win this match. There it is, gets extended, trying to create any sort of action. 10-2 win for Hunter Garvin.
And that'll be his 9th straight win in a row. Garvin solidifies himself as the man to beat at 165 pounds, 174 after the break.